Okay, here we go. So this is Unit 8 again. In the last code practice, this is for 810, the third of three, sorting and swapping. Okay, for this one, we're going to use an initializer list that they're going to give us, terms, which is bandwidth, hierarchy, IPv6, software, firewall, cybersecurity list, program logic, and reliability. We're going to write a sort program to sort the list of computer terms by their length, like very similar to, however, this time we're going to use a function called swap as part of our solution. Okay, so we're going to create a function. We're going to call it swap, and it has to be called swap, S-W-A-P. But should instead be implement the swap functionality instead of sorting. This function should swap the elements in the list at each of the indices. So in other words, it starts with the first word and says, okay, which one's longer, hierarchy or bandwidth, and then which one's longer. The shortest one goes in front, and then it goes to the next terms, said, okay, which one's shorter, hierarchy or bandwidth or IPv6? It's shorter than this, but wait a minute, what about hierarchy? Well, it's shorter than bandwidth, but IPv6 is shorter, so it switches them totally, such that we end up with our list in chronological order of length, and it should take three parameters. The first is the list name, the second and the third are the indices to swap. Then we're going to print the terms list before and after it is sorted. So we're going to print it, and then we're going to sort it. But first we're going to create this function. Alrighty, we're going to create the function using the list of terms and using a function called swap. So first we're going to define swap. Here's our function. Swap is AR, comma, A, comma, B. All right, AR is our arranging. There's a colon, which means my next line should be tabbed over. Sure it is. Okay, first thing we're going to do is my AR is going to look at A and assign it to temp, very similar to the very first lesson in this, the coding practice in this lesson 10. So we're going to switch those two, we'll reassign. Then we're going to take ARB and assign it to ARA. Remember, A has been assigned to temp. And then we're going to switch temp with ARB. Okay, so there's our first look. And then here's the main part of this. Again, this is a comment. We don't necessarily need this. It's amazing how many people put this in there, but that's up to you. So there's our terms. Okay, this is given to us. Again, smallest. Okay, then logic and list. It'll be interesting to see which of those comes first. And then firewall and software, program. No, program shorter, sorry. So we have all these terms. First, we're going to print the terms. Then for I, so here we go. For I in range length terms, so we're doing the same thing we did in code practice 2. This is from code practice 1. Same look here. For J in range I to length terms, this all looks familiar. Notice here though, we've got multiple parentheses, so make sure we keep up with all those. And then here comes our new part. If length terms I greater than length terms J, just like the last one, we're going to swap terms IJ. Okay, so this is our list that we're looking for. That's what the AR is up here, whatever our list is. Element A, element B. We're going to swap I and J because of the lengths, because of greater than. Make sure you do greater than. And then we're going to print terms. So in other words, we rearrange, we compare lengths, then we use the swap terms function to create that to happen. And then our final answer, is given to us. It should be IPv6 list logic program firewall. Now, why does list come before logic besides alphabetically? But here it is on the list. And when we compared the two, this was not longer than this, so this stayed in front of it. Does that make sense? So this logic program, which was 7, firewall came before program, so it stayed in front of it. and then bandwidth, hierarchy, reliability, and last but not least, again, is cybersecurity. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. Make sure you pay attention to each part that's indented. Make sure when we put a colon that's tabbed over. Again, you don't need the comment. We'll use the list. Just type, copy and paste the list if it's not already there on your screen. Print the terms. Okay, so print the terms. You're going to have to copy and paste this. It's so much easier than trying to retype it. Print the terms, compare the links, run the function, and then, whoops, print the last phrase of our new list. Any questions? Wonderful. That's the end of Unit 8. Now you got that assignment. That assignment's a booger. Let me know if you need help. Hope you have a great day.